Hello everyone, welcome to my new appliance business. As you can see, I've got lots of things in very good condition. So I have a bunch of appliances here. How did I get them? Well, I'm going to put this on my e-learning for people to learn how to get appliances for a very low cost. Let me talk you through them. This is a Grundig integrated fridge freezer. I got this for, what was it, 90 quid or something? It's 599 at Curry's and it's plugged in, it works. Yeah, happy days. The purpose of this video really is to talk about how to choose appliances in your refurbs and I suppose like how to budget and why to budget this amount. If you're going for a rental, I would go with what the kitchen manufacturer gives. So Howdens do CDA, I think. Magnet do Beko. I actually really like Beko. I own some Beko stuff and solid, you know, like, and they do a lot for a low price and their witch reviews are really good. So, you know, Beko or CDA, I'm not the biggest fan of, but 2-year warranty, happy days with Howden. So Beko or CDA, I'd go Beko, even though the prices are coming up a little bit. Go with the standard stuff for a rental, nice long warranty, you know, good kind of reviews, good reliability. At the end of the day, you know, you're not gonna put in a $4,000, you know, Arga oven or whatever they call it. You know, you're not, right? Even if you're in the countryside for a rental. Now in a flip, we're talking AEG, we're talking Bosch, we're talking Bora, we're talking, you know, ovens and hobs and appliances that people recognize. Neff, although, you know, Bosch, Neff and their other one, Siemens, useless after COVID in terms of stock and just terrible. No one likes them. You know, and their quality definitely isn't what they used to be, but it's the name, right? It's the name you're putting in, but it's also the fact that when someone walks in, they're gonna think, they've put thought into this. They haven't just gone with bog standard, whatever comes with the kitchen. They're gonna say, oh, I've always wanted a Bosch hob. I've always wanted a Neff fridge freezer, you know, especially if it's like the slide and hide Neff ones, it comes with something cool. So you need to be thinking about, actually, yeah, when you're doing a flip, and I say this to my mentees and on my e-learning, your cost of your kitchen is gonna be higher because you're probably gonna go for a nicer kitchen. Although you can make some cheaper kitchens look good, but you're gonna spend more on appliances. Like, I don't wanna say double, but I mean, a normal induction hob with Beko, I don't know, 300 quid or something? A normal Bosch induction hob, 600 around? It's gonna cost more. You go for a downdraft extractor, they're about 10 times more than the basic one. A Bosch fridge is, what, restarts at 800? A normal one you can get for 200 or something? So actually you are potentially gonna spend double on the appliances and that is what it is. But when people walk in and they see that, it emotionally puts something in their head of, oh, well, he's not skimping, right, when he's doing this. So if the appliances are that, then as they walk around, they just feel elevated. You sit in a car, it's got leather seats, diamond stitched. Ooh, must have a good engine, must have a good system, must have a good suspension. Unrelated, totally unrelated. Plenty of cars have nice seats, crap suspension, and vice versa. But it's the same thing that you see something, it puts that emotion in, you don't ask any questions, you just say, yeah, you know, and then everything seems better. And it's not to say that you should put expensive appliances in and then do a crap refurb, but it just means it creates that impression and adds to the impression that your refurb should already be creating, you know, with it being so nice. So, you know, when you're doing things like that, it's more than just reliability, brand name, blah, blah, blah. It's the effect it has on someone. Currys are usually really good for appliances. They price match as well. Appliances Direct, Appliances City, things like that. eBay, you can find some bargains on. Obviously you have to be careful, but you know, these things come with manufacturer warranties. So, you know, and eBay also protects you, PayPal protect, you know, you've got quite a few layers of protection potentially when you're buying stuff that isn't new or isn't like straight from the manufacturer. But I mean, this, you know, this John Lewis thing is totally wrapped. I mean, these two are a bit rough, but that's totally wrapped. Basically brand new. Didn't get it from John Lewis though. That's $699, I think, on the John Lewis website. I get that for, got it for $250 or something. So when it comes to appliances, don't skimp on flips, and also look at your end market. Is it a high-end flat or is it a kind of lower end thing? Is a landlord gonna buy this your property that you're selling to then rent out? Because if you somehow have got that market, then you probably will do a flip with a lower end thing, right? You'll make more money. But it protects you to go higher end just in case a home buyer buys it. And you can't always guarantee an investor will buy it. Especially, you might think, oh, a block of flats, you know, straight off to an investor. Not necessarily the case. make sure you read reviews, people, because there's so many brands which, you know, they look good, they have a reputation, but actually they're just not that good. So I don't know how much a Which membership is, but that's like something that's worth looking at as well. Also consider the use, you know, do you need a downdraft extractor hob? Probably not. Do you need an integrated fridge freezer? These certain things can make a change or a difference to your entire refurb and your entire vibe, but you do have to question it before you go and spend stuff willy-nilly. And then also it goes back to the kitchen design. You know, kitchen designers at these places aren't actually skilled. They just plonk stuff, you know. Go on DIYkitchens.com and just build your own kitchen, have a play with it. Or go on IKEA, I think they have one as well. Just have a play, see what feels logical, see what fits, and think about functionality as well, you know, space between drawers, etc., etc. And then appliances, keep looking, right? So as soon as you know you need a kitchen, you need certain appliances, just start looking, because you never know where there might be a bargain, something discontinued, something the last one in stock, you know, something returned. Just keep doing what you're doing. When it comes to fixtures and fittings, you know, for example, like this light was 80 quid from IKEA, and as usual, they don't even give you the bulbs. And the bulbs are like a tenner because they're these Edison stupid bulbs. If I was doing a rental, that's not happening. £1 pendants, done. Maybe a lampshade, that's life. If I'm doing a flip and it's higher end, yes, I'd probably spend half, but 40, 50, 60 quid on a light fitting, that's important. I mean, in here we've got spotlights anyway, so, you know, it doesn't really matter. But things like light fittings, I mean, like this, for example, little lampshade, as you can see from IKEA, this was like 40 quid. No, I go Dunelm, that's a quid. I get Dunelm and just get a lampshade, right? Like, at the end of the day, you have to know the audience that you're speaking to, and you also have to know like what the property is and what it isn't. It's important to know what it isn't, because you're also mitigating risk here. You know, I often say, well, you need to know if it's a flip or a buy-to-let from early days, but I also say you have to also be flexible. The truth is, you have to do both. You know, if it doesn't sell, what are you gonna do? You have to keep it. If you can't keep it for whatever reason, you have to sell it. So sometimes there's a middle ground, but this is why it's important to have the right education, the right deal analysis, the right estate agents, team, market knowledge, everything, so that you know, how's the market looking? How's the local market looking? Is this gonna go where it needs to go? Or is it not? You know, and that will allow you to then make informed decisions as the refurb goes on. Because, you know, I bought these appliances last week and we're sort of maybe 3 or 4 weeks into the refurb. So you do have time on certain things, but just consider that. Also convenience, you know, if your kitchen supplier can supply it and it's 40 quid more than like going online to AO or whatever, just get them to do it. I mean, firstly, make the price match. If they can't, just order it, because it's so much easier for builders that it all just comes at once and you're done. Instead of, oh, when's that order coming? Oh, waiting around. You know, it's just easier if it comes in one, and they probably have more stock. They probably get it to you quicker. It can just be easier. But sometimes it's a lot more expensive as well. So, you know, I'll leave you and get back to my appliance selling business. If anyone wants any appliances, they're available at full RRP, and I'll charge you for delivery as well. Because that's what appliance companies do. So, people, I hope that helps. Good luck on your next refurb. It's hard work. Plasterboard, etc., I believe just went up 12.5%. Good thing I secured it in 2022 at the price, but it's getting harder and harder. Recessions, well, we're in it, we've been in it. Prices are, they're not really going up. They're probably going that way or this way. Things are really getting tough for people. So good luck in your refurbs. Make sure you know what you're doing, and make sure you put your education and invest in yourself first.